Thousands of fans reacted with a mix of heartbreak and disbelief, flooding social media with emotional tributes and stunned messages. "I can't believe it, this really might be it for Tiger," one fan wrote on X, while some still hold out hope for a late-season return. Reports from TalkSport and Yahoo Sports confirm this isn't a strategic pause, it's a forced exit. Tiger Woods is still recovering from a ruptured left Achilles tendon sustained during a training incident in March, an injury that required immediate surgery and dashed earlier hopes of a comeback at the Genesis Invitational. Now, his absence from the third major of the season feels like a crushing blow in an already fragile recovery journey. Though Tiger remained mostly silent ahead of the US Open, sources close to him say he fully intended to play and had been training hard. But after final evaluations this week, his team unanimously concluded he wasn't ready. Physically, he's far from peak condition, and Oakmont is no course to test limits. It's brutal, demanding precision and confidence at every step. With his name now officially off the player list, the silence left in his wake speaks volumes. It feels like a field missing its legend. The quiet absence of Tiger Woods from the US Open speaks louder than any press conference ever could. There was no farewell video, no dramatic announcement, just a silent update that left the golf world stunned. This wasn't a calculated decision. It was a painful, unwanted ending to a long-anticipated return. The turning point came during what should have been a routine training session in early March, when one wrong step resulted in a ruptured Achilles tendon in his left leg, an injury that demanded immediate surgery. For most athletes, recovery is tough. For a 49-year-old with a surgically rebuilt spine, reconstructed leg, and years of accumulated damage, it's a whole different battle. Though the surgery was successful, the rehab has been slow, cautious, and tightly controlled. He's training, but insiders confirm he's far from ready, especially not for the brutal demands of Oakmont. This latest setback follows a string of major surgeries over the past 5 years, with 2024 offering only a single competitive appearance at the PNC Championship, where he played more as a proud father than a contender. What once felt like a temporary pause now feels hauntingly permanent. Even fellow players like Rory McIlroy have started to reflect on the toll, with Rory saying earlier this year, "There's no way I'll still be playing at 50, not after what he's gone through." For Tiger Woods, this wasn't just a withdrawal. It may be the slow closing of one of golf's greatest chapters. Rory McIlroy's words carried more than admiration. They revealed a deeper concern that many in the golf world are beginning to share. If Tiger Woods can't make it to the US Open, what hope is there for the rest of the majors or any return at all? While the ruptured Achilles may be the immediate cause, the deeper truth is far more sobering. This isn't just one injury, it's the accumulation of decades of wear, surgeries, and relentless physical punishment. Tiger's body is finally sending a message. No athlete wants to hear that willpower alone is no longer enough. With his withdrawal from the US Open now official, 2025 is shaping up to be the first year without Tiger Woods in any major championship. It began with whispers before the Masters, silence before the PGA, and now a third absence at Oakmont. What once looked like a minor setback now feels like a full-season vanishing act. Sources close to Woods never expected a full schedule, but even the most cautious outlook included at least one major. Now, with the Open Championship approaching, the chances of any return grow slimmer by the day. Tiger's rehab is ongoing, but slow, and for the first time, he's offered no timeline, no public targets. That silence speaks volumes. According to analysts, the focus has shifted from comeback to preservation. At 49, with a fused back, reconstructed leg, and a body that's absorbed more trauma than most could endure, even Tiger's legendary resilience faces limits. He still trains, still studies the game, but even his most loyal supporters are beginning to accept a difficult truth. The fire remains, but time is no longer on his side. It's becoming harder to deny the possibility that we've seen the last of Tiger Woods as a true contender in major championships, not due to a lack of desire, but because his body may simply no longer allow it. Determination may be eternal, but durability has its limits. As 2025 unfolds, the story isn't about a comeback or miracle run. It's about absence of quiet spaces on scorecards where his name once stood tall. That silence, that missing roar, speaks volumes. And when Woods withdrew from the US Open, the loudest reaction came not from fans, but from ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, who controversially called Tiger a recreational golfer on First Take. The backlash was immediate. Fans flooded social media, calling the comment disrespectful to a 15-time major champion who once won a Masters after spinal fusion surgery. For many, this isn't just about performance, it's about legacy, principle, and respect. Yet, amid the outrage, a growing number of voices are reluctantly echoing Smith's sentiment. Tiger's appearances are sparse, his health unpredictable, and every round now feels like a fight against his own body more than against the field. For some, this isn't disrespect, it's an acknowledgement of time. Even the greatest aren't immune to it. The narrative is now divided. On one side, the believers, still clinging to hope for one final Sunday charge. On the other, the realists, quietly preparing for the end of an era. And in the middle stands Tiger, silent, uncommitted, letting the world debate while he trains in private, chasing a finish only he can define. Sometimes the loudest voice is the one that says nothing, and right now, Tiger Woods is saying nothing at all. His absence isn't just a sports headline anymore. It's become a cultural moment, sparking debates, divisions, and endless speculation. Everyone has a theory, but only one man truly knows what's still possible, and he isn't sharing it. With the US Open officially off the books and no clear recovery timeline, the golf world is left asking, what's next? According to last word on sports, there's no plan, no scheduled return, and no urgency from Woods or his inner circle. Even the most meticulously charted careers can drift into uncertainty, and this one now feels like a waiting game. The most realistic path forward, a cautious re-entry, not at a major, but through something less demanding, perhaps TGL Indoor Golf, the tech-driven league Woods co-founded with Rory McIlroy. Lower impact, controlled environment, and still in the spotlight. There's also quiet talk of appearances in charity events or father-son exhibitions with Charlie moments, focused more on legacy than leaderboard. If 2025 ends without a single major start, it will mark the first time since his professional debut in 1996 that Tiger hasn't even attempted one. That's not just a stat, it's a shift, and the golf world is still coming to terms with it. A season without Tiger Woods doesn't just feel incomplete, it feels unfamiliar. And yet, beneath all the noise, hope lingers in the silence. Hope is a stubborn thing, it survives even when logic says it shouldn't. We've seen Tiger Woods do the impossible before, rise from hospital beds to green jackets, limp and grind his way back into contention when everyone else had moved on. So yes, the belief still lingers, however faint, that maybe, just maybe, there's one last run left in him. Maybe it's Augusta in 2026, maybe St. Andrews in 2027, or maybe, heartbreakingly, we've already seen the last of Tiger Woods on a major leaderboard. That's the question fans fear the most, even as they begin to accept the answer. But Tiger's story has never been about just the wins, it's been about evolution. As he once said while reflecting on his iconic 2000 season, it wasn't about the wins, it was about the evolution. That year didn't just redefine golf, it redefined greatness. Tiger captured 9 PGA Tour titles, including 3 majors, and set a record with a scoring average of 68.1. But according to Tiger, it wasn't the stats that made that season legendary, it was the feeling of being complete for the first time. What few knew is that his journey to that dominance began 3 years earlier, after the 1997 Masters, when he tore down his swing in pursuit of long-term mastery. The world doubted him, the media mocked him, but he endured 2 brutal years in the shadows to become untouchable when it mattered most. That's who Tiger is, and maybe, just maybe, history is waiting one last time for his swing. For most, 1999 was the warning shot, but 2000 was the explosion. And in his recent sit-down with the PGA Tour, Tiger Woods finally confirmed it. Everything he had sacrificed, every hour he spent rebuilding his swing and body, it all clicked in 2000. That was the year it came together. And nowhere was that more obvious than at Pebble Beach, in what remains the most dominant major victory in golf history. In June of that year, Tiger didn't just win the US Open, he dismantled the field, finishing 15 strokes ahead of second place. That's not an exaggeration. It's the largest margin of victory ever in a major. From the very first round, Tiger appeared to be operating on a completely different level. While the rest of the field battled the course, the nerves, and the wind, he seemed unaffected, as if the laws of the game didn't apply to him. By Sunday, it wasn't about winning anymore. It was about how far ahead he'd finish. Critics said it can't get better than this. Tiger responded, "Watch me." A month later, at St. Andrews, the home of golf, he did it again, this time with even more precision. He didn't find a single bunker, avoided all double bogeys, and left no window open for the field, winning by 8 strokes. It felt less like competition and more like a masterclass. At the 2024 Genesis Invitational, Tiger reflected on it. Everything I worked for since '97 clicked: the body, the swing, the mind. That's why 2000 felt effortless. But as dominant as he looked, his toughest test that year was still ahead, a playoff duel that pushed him to the edge and redefined his legacy once more. Because while 2000 was about records, perfection, and reinvention, it was also about resilience, the kind that shaped Tiger Woods into more than a champion. It made him a phenomenon. What Tiger Woods recently admitted pulls back the curtain on one of the most dominant runs in sports history. His reign wasn't just about raw talent or mental toughness, it was about precision engineering. Every drive, approach shot, and clutch putt was part of a carefully crafted blueprint that started with a shocking decision in 1997 to rebuild the very swing that had just won him the Masters by a record 12 strokes. Most champions would have celebrated. Tiger went straight back to work. He partnered with coach Butch Harmon, dismantled his swing, and spent 2 grueling years grinding away from the spotlight while critics questioned the move. But in 2000 it all came together, and the result wasn't just a better swing, it was near perfection. That year, everything synced, Tiger later explained. The club face, my timing, the body, everything connected. I could hit any shot I wanted, anytime I needed. But that was only half the equation. The other half, a bold, secret gamble. Mid-season, Tiger swapped his trusted Titleist wound ball for Nike's experimental solid-core prototype, still in testing, still unproven. Most saw it as a career risk. Tiger saw a weapon. He told the Golf Channel, "That ball gave me confidence to go at pins I couldn't before. I could hit it higher, spin it more, and it went straight." That switch became a silent edge. While rivals like Phil Mickelson and Ernie Els stuck with convention, Tiger harnessed an advantage no one else had. It helped him dominate at the Memorial, then blaze through a historic summer. Nike engineers later credited that move with putting Nike Golf on the map, but more than that, it gave Tiger the final piece of his puzzle. By the end of 2000, Tiger wasn't just collecting trophies, he was chasing immortality. In a recent emotional reflection, he acknowledged that season didn't just change his career, it changed the sport. Tiger-proofing became the buzzword, as courses scrambled to keep up. That year, he won 9 PGA Tour titles, including 3 straight majors. But the bigger truth, he didn't just rewrite records, he rewrote the limits of what was possible in golf. TigerWoods' 2000 season wasn't just legendary, it was transformational. His scoring average dropped to an unprecedented 68.17, the lowest in PGA Tour history at the time. But it wasn't just about the numbers, it was the sheer dominance. A 15-stroke demolition at the US Open, an 8-shot rout at St. Andrews. These weren't wins, they were statements. Second place didn't feel like silver, it felt like failure. The golf world noticed, and quietly, nervously, it began to shift. Fairways narrowed, greens firmed, tee boxes moved back, sometimes by 50 yards or more. The phrase Tiger-proofing started echoing in locker rooms and boardrooms. It wasn't evolution, it was survival. And yet, behind all that dominance, something deeper was unfolding. At the 2025 Genesis Invitational, Tiger offered a rare moment of vulnerability, reflecting 2000 wasn't just golf, it was proof of what's possible when everything aligns, mentally, physically, technically. Then came the pause, but it also cost a lot. That level, it's not sustainable. In that moment, the machine showed its soul, the GOAT revealed his humanity. People often forget that Tiger's greatness wasn't just built on power and precision, it was forged through sacrifice. The hours, the injuries, the relentless pressure. Inside the ropes, he was untouchable. Outside them, he was learning to live under the crushing weight of history. That season drew a line in the sand. Before 2000, golf was one thing. After it, everything changed. Today's players have full team swing coaches, data analysts, psychologists, nutritionists, all because of Tiger. Every young golfer lifting weights, tracking stats, meditating before tee-off, they're chasing a ghost, the ghost of 2000. Tiger. Not the leaderboard Tiger, but him. Because when someone redefines the standard, you don't forget, you aim for it, even if you know you'll never quite reach it. So now the question remains, will we ever see anything like it again? Will another golfer come along who blends talent, mindset, science, and sheer willpower the way Tiger did? Or was 2000 a once-in-a-lifetime lightning strike, a perfect storm, never to be repeated? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want to understand how Tiger's mindset separated him from everyone else, click on the next video. It reveals the mental game of 2000 that no stat ever could.